It's time for another level up, but also another day of the 13 days of Halloween. You know, we might as well just hit, what's the word? Play.
What is it you plan on doing next?
Yeah, that's right. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. Now, I understand that some people might be saying, why would this film, first of all, be part of your level up thing, since it's going from Blu-ray to 4K, and also why would it be part of Halloween? Well, I'm pretty sure a couple of decaying pirates would definitely classify. And let's face it, this was the film that started the entire Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Now, it's true that they have done other movies based on their rides before, but this was the movie that really made it popular. I even bought this nice pirate outfit for it. Little pieces from other stuff. I even have a cutlass somewhere. Where did I put that cutlass? It doesn't matter. But as you can see, I also have both versions of the film. The original Blu-ray and the new 4K. Now, I have heard stories that this 4K is not the best, in all fairness. And I can maybe understand where they're coming from, but guess what? I don't think so. I think this is actually pretty good. Now, I will admit, there is stuff on this I wish was on this, but it's still pretty good. And just in case you're wondering, it's actually a 2-disc set because you have, of course, where the 4K is, which is in right now, and you have the original Blu-ray. And just in case you're about to say, that's not the original Blu-ray, guys, seriously. Oh, look. It's the original Blu-ray. Oh, no. Say it ain't so. But it is. Alright, let's get into it. So, first off, my point of view on the movie, my review. The story basically begins in the beginning. It says Pirates of the Caribbean. We don't have any of the Disney stuff, which was kind of shocking, both when I saw it in theaters and also home video. I mean, it's like, wow, really? Nothing. It just goes, Pirates of the Caribbean, it's the Curse of the Black Pearl. We then meet young Elizabeth. We see her on a ship with her father, Governor Swan, going to Port Royal, Jamaica to be the new governor. And all hell breaks loose when they see debris and they rescue a young kid, Will Turner. He's thought to be a pirate by Elizabeth. She takes his medallion, and then they see how bad the thing is, and then they see this black pirate ship disappearing into the fog. Years later, Elizabeth still has the medallion. Will is now a blacksmith, and then this pirate comes named Jack Sparrow. And Sparrow is one of the most interesting pirates, I will admit, frankly. What he does in this movie is just freaking fantastic. You've got to love it. I mean, you have to. And not only that, but let's face it, it's one of the reasons this film is so loved. And yes, that is a Golden Knights jersey right there, too. I hear they're doing pretty good. Yeah. Anyways, so after the medallion and Elizabeth have a fainting thing because of a corset from hell, the medallion basically sends out a message to the pirates to come and get it. The pirates arrive, grab the medallion, grab Elizabeth, thinking that she's somebody she's not, and proceed off. Will is, well, he's shocked when he kills somebody and they come back from the dead, and Jack is captured earlier in the movie and left to rot. That's the first chance we get to see that there really is a curse on the Black Pearl. But it's so quick you can miss it, and it's not very detailed. Later on, Will, realizing that these British officers are not going to do a damn thing to save Elizabeth or even stop, the Black Pearl, he goes to Jack. Now, Jack has his own reasons, and when he hears who Will is, William Turner, the son of William Turner, Bootstrap Bill, he agrees to help him. But it's pretty surprising, and you got to realize Jack is sober doing all of this insanity, and it works so efficiently well. And eventually, they have to head to Tortuga to get a crew. Now, while this is happening, Barbosa, the guy in charge of this, is sailing to De los Montes, the island. I hope I'm saying it right, because there's a lot more. It's this island that can't be found except for those who know where it is, thanks to Jack's compass. And this is what happens. This is also the scene I used to study the film. It's one of the ones that finally gives us gives us the best idea of what this film was going to be like. It's got this element of horror, shock, whimsicalness that really do work well. And this is also what drives the story later on. You have Jack's quest to get the Black Pearl back, his ship. You have his quest for revenge against Barbosa. You have Will trying to save Elizabeth. And also, at the same time, completely trying to understand his own backstory, his own family. And, you know, it goes from there. And it just keeps spinning out of control. And the horror elements. And for a Disney movie, there's an actual body count here, for crying out loud. I'm not kidding. And it's funny, it has its points, and it has these great characters. Barbosa is both likable and scary as hell. And the shots they use are just great. And this sequence really shows it off. Not only does it have this great musical cue, but it works very well. And then, of course, there's Johnny Depp's performance, which I believe earned him the nomination for Best Actor for this film. That's pretty good. And the film just set everything in motion. After this, Disney really went off trying to see how many movies they could get to, you know, take from rides and stuff. I mean, it's not that hard to see why. I mean, they did good. Oh, they did good. This film is still just amazing. Alright, so why did I choose this sequence to test my film out? Well, I watched the whole thing, by the way, again, but this sequence I chose for a couple of reasons. And even though I love my Blu-ray edition of this movie, I'm going to tell you right now, yes, there is a big difference between this and this. Yeah, better. Really? Really? Seriously? I had them upside down? Anyways, let's get into it. Alright. First thing I want to point out here, from the transition from Blu-ray to 4K, which also, I'm still going to admit, is definitely worth the investment, no matter what, especially if you have a 4K setup like I do, is just how crystal clear the picture is. Yes, you're still going to get, you know, any kind of, like, you know, focusing issues, but in the Blu-ray's case, because of how big the screen is, you're seeing little particles and stuff all over the place in the video footage. Remember, it's 1080p resolution, so it does have its limits. And this is before they were starting the whole 4K mastery stuff, which really does help. It's the same thing like with DVD and when they were doing 1080p masters of the films and putting them on DVD. So there's that right there. Then, and this is key because it actually shocked me, not just with this sequence right here, but also the sequence where the ship is moving through the water. And then when we got to this bright day where Jack is like seeing his new crew for the Interceptor, and you and you just see this stuff. The color variant is so weird, and yet for some reason this film has a better color variant. The night sky and the little warm lighting in the back of the ship feel very real. They feel perfect. The colors are the right kind of brightness and darkness that they need, which was something that was missing from the Blu-ray. The other was like with, you know, the candle lights and stuff that are reflecting off of the characters' faces. It's got this deep, rich, candle orange, kind of yellowish color. Before it was almost yellow saturated in some sections, which was really shocking. The other is that, as you can see here, the darks and the blues, and because remember, this is a moonlit area, you're supposed to be able to see. It's also what's allowing them to turn into these skeletons. So it fits everything very clearly. And I've seen details in these skeletons that is just incredible. Plus, even right here, there's a little blurring because they make it look like the rest of the film footage. It's not like it's just perfect, you know, you can just see every single detail crystal clear. No, they made it look like the rest of the film. And this actually makes it look really good when it's paused. So that's another good thing. And the 4K makes this just perfect. It gives everything just the right kind of look and feel. And that really blows me away. The other blow away was when we got to the sequence where we shift over to, of course, you know, where they're there and, you know, he's seeing his crew and stuff. And wow, just wow. It was so weird with the color on the Blu-ray. And the color settings, by the way, are the same for this and the Blu-ray. There's no changes to the TV. There's no changes to the system, to the sound system. There's none of that. And yet, holy crap, the Blu-ray had such issues in that scene. Now, luckily, the Blu-ray is still decent. It's still good. But I have noticed that there are these color issues that pop up. Now, if you've got it's being mastered from a 4K, that generally disappears a little bit. But in this case, holy crap, it showed. So, the high dynamic range, the fact that you don't see as much of the particles as you would. Trust me, if it was DVD, it would be so much worse. And just how vibrant the colors are. I even noticed that occasionally the frame rate is super stable. And I didn't think I would ever say that about a Blu-ray, but there have been a few cases where it's like, why is it doing that? God. But, and remember, the Blu-ray is also being upscaled to 4K as well, and yet it might actually be making some of the issues pop out even more. But damn, just damn, did this just hurt the movie? Oh, why? Why is the rum always gone? Oh, and that's another great scene too. So needless to say, I checked out a lot of sequences and stuff, and you know, it just brought things out. I mean, and the high dynamic range really made stuff pop and work and just feel right. And it didn't feel like anything needed to be color corrected or like weird. Now, I don't understand why they said it was the worst one. I think I even heard somebody say that like Terminator 2 sucks. I still have to really give that one, along with, hopefully I have a Blu-ray to test on that movie, but even if I don't, it's okay. But, damn, I was shocked between the differences. However, when it comes to special features, the 4K is just the 4K version of the movie. And it has Dolby Atmos instead of like Dolby Digital Plus, and of course, believe it or not, it's right here. Oh yes, the 5.1 uncompressed stuff, by the way. Yeah, they were doing that in Blu-rays for a while. They would do this uncompressed laser PCM audio track, which was really, really good to listen to, and it would be just uncompressed. It was so good. And those two tracks are nearly identical, except in this case, this one, it sometimes has more fluid sounds. All of the range point stuff is on par, though. I will admit that. Stuff you're going to hear over in that way, you're going to hear over there, and over there. That's fine. That works perfectly fine. But when it comes to certain types of bass sounds, they're either just the right volume or they make sure that they are something big. And I heard this both in the battle sequence when the two ships fight. I heard it in this sequence too, by the way, because you have these sequences where they're like hammering into stuff, and also there's a sequence where he like throws the bottle down and you can just hear it, and it's so filling the room with sound. And yet I'll still give this one no problem with that. It's still the version they send out. But if you can get the 4K copy and it works for you, buy it. I recommend it. So audio is a little better, but no matter what, the Blu-ray is still going to pass there, no problem. But visually, quality, and high dynamic range, yeah, the 4K wins hand down. I mean, it just does, hands down, hand down. I hate doing that, but anyways, so much better. And it works so damn good. I mean, I'm actually surprised right now, and I have all this reflection on the screen right now. When I did the review and the check, the monitor I use for all my computing and my editing and stuff was off. The lights were off. This room was pitch black. All I could see was this. And, yeah, damn, you can see the differences. So, yeah, I do highly admit you're going to enjoy this. It gives you all these details. It gives you all this color options and stuff. Things pop. They look great. It's just so worth it. I mean it too. And that's one of the best things. So guys, Halloween is coming, and I hope you enjoy. And remember, like and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. We are trying to get more viewers and also more subscribers. And just have a great time, and happy Halloween. Captain Reaper out.